George Floyd. I think we really need to give some really important time to this, and to how people like Candace Owens started grifting about it, how they wanted to put statistics up and stuff. Like, we get it, we understand.
Let me pull that up just so that so we can refer to it real quick. Hold on one second.
Yeah, go for it.
Because this is some bullshit.
It really is, and it's well deserving. It's well deserving of the list. Like, we 100%. Understand. Like, people bring this up, and it's true when you're randomly talking about it and stuff. But when you're bringing a specific case up, and you're bringing this live video of what happened up and everything, it diminishes that argument 100%, because nobody gives a flying fuck about it. Even people in your own camp don't give a shit about it, because they actually have a human heart. They don't care about the
they got compassion.
They're not going for it. And the way that this person was killed, he was killed. It was murder. Like, I am so glad these police officers got fired. They need to be arrested, and they need to be charged for manslaughter. I don't think it's not murder in first degree. It's not
first degree. If anything, second degree would be the most. Degree
manslaughter, like, whatever. Get these people in prison for 15, 20 years. I don't give a shit. I want this to be the catalyst of what is going to change policy. We are giving police officers way too much leeway to do whatever the fuck they want. And the reason why, look, I'm as pro cop as possible. I'm like, you follow what they say. If they pull you over, all this kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. They have the hardest job. They do. But the people who have the hardest job are the good ones. The people who don't have the hardest job are the fucking pieces of shit that abuse the power that they're given. Right. And we are not supposed to be giving them this much power. If you really want to look into it, you're giving them this much power. This is giving people who run with the government this much power. You're saying, like, it's okay for them to kill these people. These police officers are government officials. They're not private company officials. They're not nobody officials. You're giving these government officials the power to kill people, to say that it's okay because, you know, they have a hard job and all this kind of stuff. The guy was in handcuffs on the fucking floor begging for breath. Like, it is disgusting at 100%. Like, he could have gone on a rampage. He could have gone all this kind of stuff, whatever it may be. But as a police officer, once it's restrained and the guy is not a threat, you gotta
He's in custody.
You gotta be the person who's going to, you know, step back and actually take pride in your job and what it is you're supposed to be. And that person was not it. The police officer that killed George Floyd is not my image and is not my understanding of what police officers and what police are supposed to be.
I want to highlight this this tweet from Candace Owens that says, percentage of people killed by police officers annually: whites 55%, blacks 27%, Hispanic 19%. Can anyone provide me the name of even one Hispanic or white person that was killed by a police officer this year? Bullshit election narrative. Okay, here's the thing, and this is why people get so worked up about it. And first of all, Candace's point highlights, and if you want to believe her statistics, we'll assume that her stats are accurate. Looking at the Census Bureau, I just want to highlight this real quick because this will give you a better idea of just how numbers work. Let me see here. We look at the Census Bureau. Can you see this?
Yes.
All right, look down here. Black or African American alone. This is the total U.S. population of 328 million as of July 1st, 2019. 13.4% of the population identifies as Black or African American alone. Okay.
Right.
All right. So that
and 75% is white.
Yeah.
And the thing is
76%. So if you just look at the numbers right there, disproportionately more Black people are getting killed by police officers if we're comparing statistics, obviously, and this is statistics that she's looking at of percentage of people, the racial breakdown of people killed by police officers, not like the total population. It's just she is basically making the point that people of African American lineage or of the black or they're black or Hispanic, but specifically black, are getting killed in disproportionately higher numbers than, say, of white people.
Right. And it destroys that narrative of it. And the thing is like when you want to look into whatever is the case that is causing these kind of numbers or making black people, like, you know, however you want to make that argument, it's, well, the number one thing to go against that is force. Force is not going to change the minds of anybody. Force does not put people in the right path on the way that they want to live if you're making that argument. So at the end of the day, we need to be able to lessen the power we give these government officials and make sure that we are protecting citizens of this nation, even if they're criminals, even if they go on rampages, if they go on, when it comes to what justice is supposed to be, it's supposed to be bringing these people in. Yeah. Now, if he took out a gun, if it's threatening these other people's lives and all this kind of stuff, then take him down, whatever.
But I mean, that's the thing, and that's what we're missing here.
The guy was like naked, half naked, and he was on the floor in handcuffs.
With a knee pressed down on the back of his neck, basically gasping for breath, and then went into a medical episode, and the ambulance had to come. And I mean, when you look at that clip, there's some people who are like, "Oh, like what happened in the minutes before that a video recording went out?" Like,
who gives a shit?
But that's the thing. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with Ahmaud Arbery. Like, it doesn't matter what actually took place. If Ahmaud Arbery was, breaking into another house and stealing some shit, like, that doesn't justify two white men chasing him down and killing him. Like, you call the police. That's what any normal person would do. You don't take justice into your own hands. In this case, it's the cops who were basically already had him in custody. At that point, he's in custody. He's in handcuffs. What is he going to do? Who is he threatening at that point? Like, you can't. There's no justification for the use of force that they use against him, and it's just amazing how some are trying to justify it as like, oh, let's just wait and see what happens. Like, you at that point, you're basically trying to say. It's like one step closer to like saying all lives matter in that case, and it basically like you creating this both sidesism or whataboutism with this scenario that's like you're seeing footage, it's clear as day, you see him in custody. I don't know what other information you need to basically convince you that what happened is abhorrent and these people should be held accountable.
Absolutely, and that's the whole case of what happened with George